So you've probably heard of some of the great advantages of playing offline single player as opposed to online. First of all, you can set the players count so you never have to search around for people to play with in order to get that players count up. You can have unlimited a number of characters if you're playing on PC anyways. Your map will stay the same as long as you want to keep it the same, as long as you're not switching between difficulties. You can have unlimited free respecs, and that's just to name a few. There's even more advantages to playing that offline single player. But you just spent the last, I don't know, weeks, months, maybe even years playing online, and you don't want to build up all of that value, all those runes, all that godly gear again on single player. Don't you wish you could just transfer your character from online over to single player and just keep playing it? Well, actually you can, sort of. That's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So I don't want to waste anybody's time. I will say right up front, this does only work on PC. And I do want to warn people, if you're somebody who can literally not resist the urge to cheat, you probably don't want to watch the rest of this video, because with the techniques I'm about to show you, you could technically make unlimited burr runes, you could make unlimited enigmas, etc, etc, etc. Now, in order to show you how you can play your online characters on offline, and I'll show you kind of what I mean by you can sort of transfer them over, I'm going to use my level 94 Paladin, King of the Phil, as an example. And I'm going to have this exact looking just like this here, all the gear over here, all on my single player, Heart of the Oak, Enigma, Herald of Zakarum. We could go ahead and have this Caster Amulet, Shaco, Arachnid's Mesh, blah, blah, yada. Cast all these different skillers down here. We've got some Magic Find Charms, Torch, and Annie. Even got these other high runes over here. We got Call to Arms, and we could even take a look at the Mercenary over here. It's just an Insight Mercenary, Treachery, and Darrow's Visage. Now, I will note at the beginning of the video here, don't think that you can take this character online, transfer it over to offline single player, play for a while, transfer it back online, play it online with your friends, transfer back offline and play it again. It's not like that. What we're actually doing is fully recreating that character with this free online tool. It's online. You don't have to download any programs. You just make the character files actually online in this hero editor, and then you just perfectly 100% recreate your character. Now, I'll go ahead and show you the basics by recreating several of the gear pieces, not literally all of them, because you don't need to know how to do all of them. Once I show you how to do it, then you can go ahead and recreate whatever it is that you have along those lines. Now, first off the bat, click on Load Create and go to Create New Character. Whatever character type you have, that's what you pick. I have a Paladin. Okay. The okay just means whatever character you already have down here, it's going to be deleted and gone, and we're bringing in the Paladin. So we can go ahead and just get rid of the stuff that's on here. This is as if you're a level 1 character and you just entered the game immediately. Now, looking at our character, we're going to take a look. Right here, I have a Harlequin's Crest Shaco just above my bald head here, socketed with a Topaz, 122 defense. So let's go ahead and perfectly recreate this. And we'll do this with all the pieces of gear so we end up with the literal exact same character I have. And that way you don't have to start over completely after investing so much time playing already. So just go ahead and click up where the helmet goes, and you have to type in, remember, don't type Shaco, Harlequin's Crest, and you just get the first few letters. There it is. Go ahead and click on her, and it pops right up. But it pops up with a 141, and they always, if they can, have one open socket in it. Now, unfortunately, I don't think you can actually just edit the actual defense on here, and you can go ahead and add in a perfect Topaz. Now, I know it's just behind me, but you see it's a Mage Plate Enigma. It's got a 755 roll, so we can go ahead and insert that in there now. Go ahead and click right on the armor slot, just like we did with the Shaco up at the top, and we can go ahead and type in Enigma. Now, it comes up as Archon Plate. That's okay. We can edit it around to be actually what we want. We don't want it to be superior. We're gonna go normal. And even though we did that, we have it, they edited it, they predetermined it to be this way with the enhanced defense right there, even though it's not superior. All you have to go ahead is right here, get rid of these defensive things right here, the magic attributes. They added that in order to kind of recreate the superiorness of the armor. Just go ahead and delete those. Over here, just start typing Mage Plate and it pops right up. Boom. We switched it to a Mage Plate Enigma. But we have, where is it at? We're looking for that 755 roll, which is what I have. So come down here and we'll type in 755. Boom, it changed right there. We'll go ahead and click save. So we have our 755 Mage Plate Enigma now. Now we'll just do a couple more examples here. We have the Heart of the Oak here, and it is, you can see right here, dun, 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 just over my microphone, a 34 res roll. So back in the hero editor, click over here on the weapon, start typing in Heart of the Oak, and boom, it pops up right here. It's in a flail just like we have, but always, these generally always pop up with perfect rolls. So this has the 40 all res. Now, when it is all res, you have to change each individual res. Even though it says all res and has it listed 4 times, these are just for each individual res. So it was a 34 roll, correct? So we changed the fire, the lightning, the cold, and the poison here. Boom, they're all done. It all says 34, and we'll just go ahead and click save. So there's our first pieces. So we'll do one more here. This one's a little bit more difficult, so I'll show you each how I would go through this step by step. We have a 2 paladin, 10 FCR. We're going to try to recreate this pretty much exactly perfect. So just as before, click on the amulet spot. We're just going to go ahead and start typing amulet just so this stuff pops up, and we're going to pick one that we think is going to be close to what we are. I already did some looking around. I picked a few different amulets down here that are preset crafted. They're ones that the creators of this already pre-made that were crafted ones, but I already know this one right at the top actually already comes with 2 to paladin skills. So there's going to be some guess and check there, or you can just grab an amulet and delete everything on it. We're going to go ahead and edit this one to look exactly the way we want it. So we need to add all this stuff right here. So we'll pretty much delete everything that's on it except for the 2 to paladin skills and start adding in what we want, starting with that 10 FCR. So we'll go ahead, delete. I already know that there is actually mana on there. So we'll go ahead and delete one of these ones because I remember there was fire on there as well. There was no cold. We'll leave it like that. We can actually adjust the item level requirement right here. First of all, we're going to add the faster cast rate right here. Add that in there and go ahead and make this 10 FCR. Now we'll take a look at the next two, 17 mana and regen mana of 6. So the mana we left on here, we're going to change that to 17. Easy enough. And then we got to add regen %, which comes on the crafted, to 6. So now we're down to the fire res. That's at 16. Magic damage reduced 2. Damage taken goes to mana 11. Let's see if I can remember all 3 of those to edit them in right now. Here we go. I went ahead and added all these ones right here. We got the regen at 6, magic damage reduced at 2, damage taken at 11. I got the fire res at 16. This should pretty much be the exact amulet we just had there on our online paladin. I'm not going to show any more. I'm going to go ahead and recreate the entire rest of the character along with the mercenary right now. One I will stop and show you real quick here in the middle is rings, because they're all like pre-made and rare, and crafted stuff can roll so crazy. You kind of just have to type in ring, find there's preset crafted if you're making a crafted. Down here there is preset rares like this here. Come down a little bit further, preset rares. Just kind of pick one, maybe kind of get used to or try to find one close to what you're looking for, and then go ahead and edit everything on there. So right here I actually need to make a caster one. I'm just going to take this and edit it to look exactly or as close as I can to the one I got. And you do notice I put my mercenary gear over here. I never have great luck or haven't really been able to figure out how to actually have the mercenary in here, throw the gear on it, have it actually work. You can check right here and put the mercenary gear over here, but it's always not the correct mercenary, and it's something always doesn't work right. So I just don't even use that mercenary side. I put my mercenary gear over here, and then I go into the game and hire the mercenary I wanted and throw the gear on them. A few different ways you can handle charms. You can either just throw in a random grand charm, or you can come down and grab the grand charms here and then edit them the way that they want to. I just typed in grand charm. We'll just grab a blank one for now, I suppose, and just add a blank one right here. So if the graphics do matter to you, I don't know how to change the graphics on a lot of this stuff. So you just have to go through and pick out a different one. Right here, I grabbed a shape-shifting 40 to lifer that then I could go ahead and edit and make it exactly what I wanted to go ahead and do. Go to Paladin, go to Combat, and boom, I'd have this graphic. Go ahead and save that. Or I can edit this one to then have the stuff that I'm looking for right here. So I'm just going to make these all Pally combats just to go a little bit quicker. So you can just go here, copy, copy, copy. And I'm just going to copy this one up to how many skillers I have on this character. I got one too many. Go ahead and delete this one. Actually, I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this and add it to one gold find grand charm I did have. And it was a 30. Just go ahead and save that. Alrighty, we have the gear squared away now. We're going to scroll down here. And this is going to be King of the Phil. We even got the exact same name. You could put in whatever name you wanted to. We're going to be offline expansion, so you want to go ahead and do that. The character was level 92 right there. And when you hop down here, the thing that I would recommend, go ahead and leave this how it is for now. For now. There is some work you're going to have to do once you get the character through. A little bit of playing and going and doing quests, but that's just for now. So I would leave it here. Come down to quests and go to Unlock Hell. You see it checked off all of these quests. They're only the quests you have to do in order to get through to hell difficulty. It leaves the other ones undone. You could go complete all, but if you see right here, if you go ahead and complete all, you don't get any of the quest rewards. You don't get the extra plus skills, you don't get the plus stats, you don't get the all res from Anya, etc, etc, etc. So what I would do, I would always just go unlock hell, and then you actually have to go back to normal, go back to nightmare, and just spend like an hour completing those quests very quickly. So it's not a full playthrough, you have to find all the gear, but you do have to go back and do these quests that you want to actually get the rewards for. Down to waypoints, generally I just go unlock all, or you can go through and pick. If you wanted to go perfectly the way your character is online, you could check off just the ones that you actually have. Item bonuses just kind of shows you essentially the stat page, not anything important there. The skills, you could build your whole character up over here, but I just go ahead and don't worry about this just yet. I actually come down right here now, all that stuff set, go to save to file, boom, and then it downloads that character file. Now you have to go, usually it'll go to your downloads folder, but it could go wherever your downloads go on your computer. Go ahead and cut that, and then paste it into your saves file folder for Diablo 2 Resurrected. Now mine is right here. It's under this small NVMe I have right here. Users, under my computer name, saved games, Diablo 2 Resurrected. And then you can go ahead, right click, and just paste it right in here. Boom, it's just one little file you see right down there at the bottom. But then once you actually log in, it will populate it with all the different things that you need in order to make your character file a full character file. So here we are back in Diablo 2 Resurrected. There's King of the Phil, the online one, and the offline one is right here. Now I know it's just level 1, but let's just go ahead and click on it first and watch once we hop into the game. Click there. We're going straight to hell difficulty because we've unlocked hell through what we checked off. And you can see right here, we're level 92. We have all of our gear right over here. We have our 34 Heart of the Oak. We have our Shaco up here. It's actually kind of good that this happened. Changing around some of the defenses to try to get the number I wanted sometimes can have some funny business. So actually, I'm going to have to go back and kind of fix this particular one right here. When you're trying to create and finagle things around, this can kind of happen. This is a good example, and I can kind of show you how to troubleshoot this stuff. Also, if we look at the amulet, level requirement of 102. I seem to have edited something wrong with there, so we're going to have to go check that one out. So make sure you go through and look at all your gear pieces to make sure they got edited and everything came out properly. Back over to the hero editor, and let's see what went wrong. Now, I think with the minus defense ended up causing some funny business here. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. So we have a 141 Shaco right here instead of the 122. It's not going to be the end of the world. That really doesn't affect the build really in any way. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it that way because it causes too many problems. Now, over on the amulet here, I think it's something with this level requirement right here. Originally, this was at 35. I tried changing it to 92, thinking that then that would end up with it being right. So I'm just going to add the item level requirement of 35 back in here and go ahead and save that. And it still says item level required of 90. Don't know exactly why. Sometimes that kind of thing can happen. Another thing over on the call to arms right here, even though I have it set up as 652, the way that mine was, for some reason in the game it said 252. Now that could be why the actual preset one up here actually had plus skills under the magic attributes. And we'll go ahead and add 4 to it. I think this is going to be a little guess and check, but I believe it was 4 initially. So we'll go ahead and save there. Now there we go. Let's go ahead and save the file again and we'll double check and see what it looks like. Now the level requirement on the Armageddon slipper on the amulet right here is only level 45. Now if you're only going to throw it on a character that's higher, I guess you could go ahead and settle with that. We'll try to get it closer to what it actually was for the one I have online. And I messed up the battle order, the call to arms, excuse me. I put battle orders instead of battle commands on here. And I put it for Barbarian only on accident too. So I'm gonna have to go back and I might have to just start over with this one to go ahead and adjust it. Oops, we got our battle orders 1 too high, and we only adjusted this up 1 level apparently. Let's go ahead and final try right here to get everything right on the dot. There we go. I believe it was a 564 CTA is what I had, I believe, in a double axe up here. We now got this at the level 90 requirement. So hopefully you stuck around through that. You can see how it can be a little bit finicky on the adjustments. Actually setting the required item level to the exact required item level actually doesn't turn out the way you want it to for whatever reason. Sometimes things like that, like changing the max and min damages can change things up, the enhanced damages and things like that. But we just got, you know, our down here, we got skillers. We got our 1 gold fine charm that I had for whatever reason, our Geeds. our Annie here, which is not perfect, but it's okay. A really good torch, which is what we had. We've got our Hoto and all that good stuff. We do need to go get our mercenary real quick. There we go. We got one. And we just head over to Sash, throw our gear on there, and get out there and start completing those quests in order to get the all-res, to get the extra skills, and all of that kind of stuff. So there will be lists you can find online of all the quests that you need to do. So that's how you can play and, you know, keep and use the exact same gear that you're using online and actually play it on offline to single player using this hero editor and fully recreating the characters and all of the gear pieces that you have online. The video helped you out. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe up if you're new to the channel. Peace out. And when you're over on single player, don't forget to keep slaying.